Let's get right to the site. Welcome in Ice Young, who was on the call for Fever and Sky on CBS. And Ice, the Fever crush the Sky once again, beat them by 35 in the season opener, 27 on this night. What is it?
The Indiana Fever didn't just win, they unleashed a basketball demolition so brutal it left the Chicago Sky franchise questioning everything. In a 27-court humiliation that echoed through the rafters of the United Center, the Fever didn't just beat their rivals, they exposed them, dismantled them, and sent a shockwave through the entire WNBA.
Has to do something with them. Tough shot.
Sit at the foul line, floats it to Cole. Fever have it right side, near corner. McDonald for three. It's good. It's the Fever 21 and the Sky 13.
No Caitlin Clark, no Sophie Cunningham, no head coach Stephanie White, no problem. While the basketball world expected an easy Sky victory, Indiana's supporting cast delivered a masterclass in team dominance so complete it forced us all to ask, have we been underestimating this Fever squad all along?
It's the action.
We gotta watch this again, maybe twice. The separation on the pull-up. CC loves it.
From the opening tip, this was a statement game. Kelsey Mitchell played like a woman possessed. Aaliyah Boston dominated the paint with a ferocity we haven't seen all season, and unsung heroes like Lexie Hull and Ari McDonald stepped up in ways that left Chicago's defense scrambling. The Sky's home crowd, packed and ready for revenge, was reduced to stunned silence by halftime, their boos turning to outright disbelief by the fourth quarter. Angel Reese, who talked big before the game, was rendered completely ineffective, held to just 4 points, while the Fever's defense smothered her at every turn.
But the message is the same. Like, it's the same. It's about us. All right, you see on both ends. Laser focus. All right.
This wasn't just a win, it was a warning. A warning that the Indiana Fever are no longer just Caitlin Clark's team. A warning that their depth, coaching, and sheer will to win might make them the most dangerous underdog in the league. And most importantly, a warning to every team in the WNBA that this Fever squad is coming, and they're coming hard. Was this the Fever's biggest statement win ever? Drop a like, share to trigger Sky fans, and subscribe for the WNBA takes nobody else will give you. The gimme game that backfired spectacularly. The Chicago Sky walked into the United Center expecting an easy win. Caitlin Clark, out with injury. Sophie Cunningham, nowhere to be seen. Head coach Stephanie White, absent. On paper, this was Chicago's chance to finally humble the Fever, especially after their 35-win loss earlier this season. But Indiana had other plans. From the opening tip, the Fever played like a team with something to prove, shutting down Reese and dismantling Chicago's defense with surgical precision. The Sky's arrogance was palpable. Fans packed the arena, buzzing with anticipation for revenge. Angel Reese had even trash-talked the Fever pregame, calling this a statement opportunity. Instead, Chicago's offense collapsed into 32% shooting, while Reese herself was held to a pitiful 4 points. The Fever didn't just beat the Sky, they exposed them as a team with no answer for Indiana's depth.
Boston.
Howard has to do something with them. Tough shot.
To Colson, right wing, three, money! Fever have it right side for three, it's good!
By halftime, the game was over. The Fever led by 20-plus points, and Chicago's body language said it all. Shoulders slumped, heads down, frustration boiling over. This wasn't just a loss, it was a systematic dismantling of a team that thought it had the upper hand.
It's special, you know. We got a great group, you know. So being in that locker room right there at the end, it means a lot. It's something I'll never forget. You know, first win. They did a hell of a job, you know, for 40 minutes of, you know, executing the game plan. And I thought, when we had lulls, the communication out there was really good. They picked each other up when it was needed, and so great win for us.
Austin Kelly's coaching masterclass. Nobody expected first-time acting coach Austin Kelly to outschedule Chicago's staff, but that's exactly what happened. With Stephanie White away, Kelly stepped in and immediately imposed his will, emphasizing ball movement, defensive intensity, and relentless transition play. The result? The Fever recorded 20 assists on 27 made baskets, while Chicago's starters shot 8 for 29 in a disastrous showing. Kelly's adjustments were flawless. He switched defensive coverages to confuse Reese, unleashed Kelsey Mitchell in isolation, and even trusted new signing Ari McDonald to run the offense. Every move worked. Chicago had no counter. By the third quarter, Sky fans were booing their own team, a far cry from the energy they brought pregame. Postgame, Kelly was drenched in water by his players, a symbolic baptism into head coach territory. If Indiana's front office wasn't already considering him for a permanent role, they are now. Kelsey Mitchell's vengeance game, a star reborn.
Again, loves the action.
We gotta watch this again. Made separation on the step back. The Lexie Kelsey loves it.
The whispers had grown louder with every Fever loss during Clark's absence. Kelsey Mitchell can't lead this team. Last night, she didn't just silence those critics. She obliterated them with a performance that reminded the basketball world why she was a 2 overall pick. Mitchell's 17-point eruption wasn't just about scoring. It was a clinic in controlled chaos. From the opening possession, she attacked Chicago's defense like a woman possessed. Her hesitation dribbles leaving defenders frozen, her step-back threes splashing through nets with merciless precision. What made this truly special was Mitchell's orchestration of the offense. With Chicago forced to respect her scoring, she manipulated defenses like a chess master, drawing double teams before firing bullet passes to open shooters, manipulating pick-and-roll coverages to create mismatches, and twice delivering perfect pocket passes to Boston for easy buckets. By halftime, Sky defenders were visibly hesitating on every closeout, caught in the impossible choice of stopping Mitchell's drives or contesting her pull-ups. This wasn't just a good game, this was Mitchell announcing she's still the Fever's alpha scorer when it matters most.
Here's Mitchell trying to attack Van. This time steps right through the heart of the defense. By Chicago, the wins off of
The most telling moment came late in the third quarter. With Chicago desperately trying to claw back, Mitchell sized up her defender, crossed over into a deep three, nothing but net, then turned to the Sky bench with a cold stare as the United Center crowd fell silent. Message sent. The Fever don't just have one superstar, they have two. And after tonight, the league is officially on notice. Lexie Hull's breakout moment, from afterthought to X Factor.
And Colson running ahead, nearly loses the dribble. Hull curling, stepping, and picks up the foul.
6 weeks ago, Lexie Hull was fighting for rotation minutes. Last night, she played like a woman determined to never leave the court again. Perfect from three. Lockdown defense, a game-high plus 28 that tells the real story of her impact. But the numbers don't capture the swagger Hull played with, the way she demanded the ball in big moments, the way she stared down Sky players after every big play, the way she knew her shots were going in before they left her fingertips. Hull's transformation into a legitimate 3-and-D weapon has been the Fever's quietest but most important development. Watch the tape. Every time Chicago threatened to build momentum, Hull was there to kill it. A steal leading to a transition 3-1 possession, a perfectly timed backdoor cut the next. Her defensive versatility was elite, switching onto guards and wings alike while rarely getting beat. And that corner three, with 2:12 left in the third, that wasn't just a basket, that was the dagger that broke Chicago's spirit. The scariest part? This wasn't a fluke. Hull has now shot 48% from 3 over her last 10 games, while emerging as Indiana's best perimeter defender. If this is the player she's becoming, the Fever just found their missing piece. A glue girl who does all the little things to win.
Season between the two teams. McDonald pokes it away, then down the floor, and McDonald will slow things down. McDonald for 3, catches.
Ari McDonald, the 72-hour wonder. Let's be real, when the Fever signed McDonald on a hardship contract 3 days before this game, most fans Googled, who is Ari McDonald? Tonight, the entire WNBA knows her name. The undrafted rookie played with the poise of a 10-year vet, her 12 points only scratching the surface of her impact. Those back-to-back threes in the third weren't just big shots, they were statement shots, delivered with the confidence of someone who knew she belonged.
Bonner on the blow-by, Austin. Oh, but McDonald took it away, wraparound pass.
But McDonald's real value came on defense, where she was an absolute menace. Watch the replay. Her 3 steals don't show the 4 other deflections. The way she denied Chicago's guards easy entries, or that perfectly drawn charge on Reese that had the Fever bench losing their minds. Her energy was contagious. Every hustle play sparked another, every defensive stop fueling the transition attack.
I believe her last game played in WNBA was against the Fever, so what was it like to be a part of the team and also just being ready, as they say, to be a pro and go out there and perform?
It felt good tonight to finally get back, and just the team, the players, and just the fans, support staff, they all were very welcoming and make sure, I had everything to be successful.
Here's the crazy part. McDonald wasn't just filling in, she was running the show. Her command of the offense, her ability to control tempo, her fearlessness in big moments. This wasn't just a good game. This was an audition for a permanent roster spot. And if tonight was any indication, McDonald, Angel Reese's nightmare, a star vanishes when needed most. This was supposed to be Angel Reese's redemption game. Instead, it became her rock bottom. 4 points, 2 made baskets, 0 answers for Aaliyah Boston's physicality. From the opening tip, Reese looked lost, forcing bad shots, fumbling passes, and literally turning away from the ball on multiple possessions. That third quarter sequence where Boston stuffed her at the rim, then stared her down while Reese complained to refs? That wasn't just bad, it was embarrassing.
Her hands were down and Howard knocked it down, and that is a...
Drags the pivot foot, gives the ball back to Indy.
The most damning part? Chicago's offense stopped going through her. Guards ignored her in the post. Play calls avoided her. By the fourth quarter, Reese was reduced to setting half-hearted screens while her teammates played 4-on-5. And when the cameras caught her sulking on the bench during crunch time, that's the kind of body language that loses locker rooms. Here's the hard truth. Franchise players don't disappear in games like this. Not when their team needs them most, not against their biggest rival. Reese didn't just have a bad game, she quit on her team. And in a league where mental toughness matters as much as physical skill, that's far more concerning than any stat line. Chicago's defensive disaster, a system in collapse. Let's be clear, this wasn't just a bad defensive night for Chicago. This was a systemic failure so complete it should terrify Sky fans. The Fever didn't just score, they humiliated Chicago with basic actions any decent defense should stop. Backdoor cuts, wide open. Pick and roll coverage, a joke. Closeouts, non-existent. The numbers are brutal. 18-2 in fast break points, 11 made threes on 41% shooting, 20 assists on 27 made baskets. But the eye test was worse. Watch the tape. Fever players were literally pointing to open spots on the floor before the ball arrived. That's not just bad defense, that's unprepared defense. That's a coaching staff getting outworked.
Even in the post-game press conference, it felt like a death. It felt like there was a funeral. Like, you could just feel the somberness, the heartache. You could feel all of the sadness. And you kind of saw it, frankly, shortly after Vandersloot went out, that the team lost their complete identity. No player scored in double digits. The highest scorer was Camila Cardoso and Rebecca Allen with 8 points apiece. There wasn't any assisting. It was I believe it was almost a season high in turnovers with 22 on the game, giving up 25 points off those turnovers. Like, it was just one of those things where there was such an audible gasp in the United Center.
The most damning sequence? Early in the fourth, when McDonald walked into an uncontested three because 3 Sky defenders somehow lost track of the ball. That's not effort, that's indifference. And until Chicago fixes it, they'll keep getting exposed by every competent offense they face.
Boston this time working against Reese, pivots, puts it underneath. Aaliyah Boston clearing it.
Aaliyah Boston's dominance proves she's back. After a slow start to the season, Aaliyah Boston reminded everyone why she's a franchise cornerstone. Her 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 blocks don't even tell the full story. She controlled the paint defensively, altering shots and shutting down Reese whenever they matched up. Boston's chemistry with Mitchell was on full display as the two connected on multiple pick-and-roll dunks that brought the bench to its feet. Most impressively, Boston played with an edge we haven't seen all year. She trash-talked after blocks, flexed on defenders, and even stared down Reese after stuffing her at the rim. This was the all-defensive version of Boston, and if she keeps this up, the Fever's ceiling is sky high. The United Center crowd turned on their own team. Middle of the third quarter, the sold-out United Center crowd started booing the Sky. What was supposed to be a celebratory night turned into pure misery as fans headed for the exits early. The Sky's marketing team hyped this as a revenge game, but the players didn't deliver. Now, Chicago's front office has to answer tough questions about team culture, effort, and whether this roster is even playoff caliber. The Fever's playoff hype just got real.
He just was proud of us and, proud of how we fought for 40 minutes. I'll get on here after here and get on a call with her, but, none of this is possible without her. I owe her everything, She's been a great mentor to me, and she made the transition easy with the amount of, trust that she put in me to.
With this win, the Fever sent a message to the entire league. They're not just a cute story, they're a legitimate playoff threat. Even without Clark, they dismantled a conference rival on the road. Imagine what happens when she returns. Indiana's ball movement, defensive intensity, and next man up mentality are exactly what contenders are made of. If they keep this up, nobody will want to face them in the postseason. What's next for both teams?
Sit at the foul line, floats it to Colson, right wing three. Fever have it right side, near corner, McDonald for three, it's good. And that concludes the first quarter. It's the Fever 21, Sky 13.
For the Fever, the mission is clear. Keep stacking wins until Clark returns. If they can stay afloat without her, they'll be unstoppable at full strength. For the Sky, everything is on the table. Trades, lineup changes, even a coaching shakeup. One thing's for sure, they can't afford another embarrassment like this.
Was this the Fever's best win of the season? Like, share, and subscribe for more Fire breakdowns.